Bonjour wszystkim, z tej strony Młody Werter, a my kontynuujemy naszą przygodę w grze Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Więc zaczynajmy, stwórzmy te lekarstwa, pobawmy się w alchemię. Ojej, ciekawe, co nas dzisiaj napotka. Dobra, pozbyliśmy się zwłok.
I got rid of that corpse for you.
God bless you, Henry. Thank you kindly. I'll sleep easier now, and when Ignatius the Gravedigger comes by, I'll get him to take care of the rest.
Dobra. Mamy alchemiczny warsztat. Rozpocznijmy alchemię.
First, go to the recipe book.
Dobra, książka receptur.
Now
Czytaj.
find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember
Jest.
what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
A nie, przepisy. Dobra. Dwa rumianki, jedna szałwia. Gotować nie, jeszcze raz inaczej. Rumianek gotować przez klepsydrę. Zetrzeć szałwię, dodać do
If you've read the
kociołka.
recipe, get back to the bench.
Dobra.
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
O Jezu. Który to był dzban? Chyba ten jakiś trójkącik trzeba znaleźć nazywanie. Tak, jest trójkącik przekreślony na górze. Czyli chyba ten. Wino. Może nie
What's taking
zepsujemy.
you so long, lad? So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now
Okay.
try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Jakoś trzeba opuścić. Przesuń kociołek. Dobra.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the
Okej,
herbs for
dwa
a bit, but
rumianki.
sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling.
Nie.
It's boiling. To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down
Dobra.
quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up.
Dobra, podnieśmy kociołek.
Good. Now we'll start with the brewing.
Dobra, przygotujmy
Get all the
zioła
herbs that you
rumianek.
need ready.
Raz.
The ones you picked. Put them there
Tak.
on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Weźmieliśmy rumianek i mieliśmy gotować przez 2 obroty klepsydry.
Have
Czekaj.
you really got everything ready? I only see one bag and you need two.
Wybierz. I wybierz. Dobra.
All
Mamy
right.
zioła.
Let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
2 rumianki. Pierwszy. Drugi. Jezu, to nie jest takie proste ta alchemia.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact.
Obróć
Every grain of sand
klepsydrę
counts.
i opuść.
See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling.
A, dobra.
Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
Dobra, w dół. Niech zawrze. wrze, klepsydra.
Ain't that enough? Take
I
the
w górę.
cauldron off the flames. All right.
Okej.
Now take one handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
Moździerz. Tłuczek. O Jezu, nie będziemy się bawili w alchemika zbyt często.
Have you ground it? Good. Now drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
Dobra, gdzie jest fiolka jakaś? O, fiolka.
Done. Now let's see what you've brewed.
Dobra.
Here it is.
Oh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Okej. Mamy spać, to będziemy spać. Aczkolwiek jesteśmy głodni. Przydałoby się coś zjeść. Możemy wyjść z zegarka.
I'll have to
Nie
go
ma
somewhere
nic.
else.
Inwentarz, bo mieliśmy jedzonko od rabusiów. O, zjemy sobie precelek. A jak chcę to zjeść? Jest. Przytrzymaj, aby zjeść. I marchewkę. A gdzie jest na jedzenie? O, dobra, już nie jesteśmy głodni. I śpimy. Do rana. Nie wiem, kiedy jest rano, ale chyba 5 jest rano.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had it like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rotten hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Oh, Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Żyjemy.
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
No i mamy teraz ten. No, sny nic nie znaczą.
It was only a dream. There's no need to get upset about it. The important things happen when a person's awake. So the sooner I get up, the better. I'll go and get a little fresh air and sunshine.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
I feel quite hungry.
Jedzonko. Jedz. A. Ze wszystkimi. Gdzieś tu jest śniadanie.
Look who's finally up.
Najemy się.
Henry, come and join us.
A, mam po
Good
prostu
morning,
porozmawiać z
Henry.
kimkolwiek.
You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course, I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Dobra,
Well.
powiedzmy.
There was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Oj, ten
Why the
ptaszek
modesty?
bajkopisarz.
You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
Ah, it's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
Ah, but you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Townberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
Teraz to się
True enough.
popisuje.
Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falcon and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Troszkę as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zhelioth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Oh, Bajena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you.
Okej, to my sobie jeszcze uważymy leczącą. Możemy. Póki pamiętam przepis. Tak, przygotujmy sobie zioła. Pał. Zatwierdź. Bierzemy wino. szałwia, 2 garści rumianku.
I'll put them in their place with an arrow. That'll teach them to try it on with us.
Maybe it's a good thing you wasn't here. They'd catch you. I dread to think what they'd do with you.
Zagotować.
You know I can take down a hare on the run, and a man's an easier target.
True enough. You've got a steady hand and an eye like a hawk. Not like me.
Dobra, gotuje się.
The less fuss going on around here, the better for us. And if anything does happen, we've got ground.
Podnosimy
Leave us in the lurch.
do tego szałwia z mielona.
Something useful. The days are long, but there's no end of work to do.
Aye. Thank you, Pavlena. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Dodajmy to do kociołka. I zlejmy to do wiolci. X. Tak.
I left that chamomile on the fire too long, I reckon.
Dobra. Odejdź od stołu. Ale ten napar z rumianku będzie działał. Inwentarz. Ja. Jest napier z rumianku. Tak, chyba nas uleczy. A, tam jest, co on robi. Tak, 1 dzień sen będzie leczyć 3 razy szybciej. Nie, a ja chciałbym ten, leczniczą. Jest odwar z rumianku, czytaj. A tak, sen prędzej leczy. Okej. I mamy idą Mamy jakąś jedną stronę? Nie. Dobra. Odejdźmy. Ale dobra, i to sen leczy. I idziemy do Bozieny naszej. Co ona chciała? Tak, Bożena? Nie, nie Bożena. Ty, ptaszko! Dobra, ty coś chciałeś.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Troszkę Castle right away.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Troszkę, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I've known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
Dobra, musimy
What
wrócić
about
po
Muff?
orzecha.
He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our
Nie,
priority right now.
piesek jest
He saved my
najważniejszy.
skin.
So did I. First Troszkę, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds,
Trochę dziwnie
but I
to
saw
brzmi.
him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes, we'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here.
Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Mamy nie tylko mieć. Mamy też już zbrojkę i przedmioty pierwsze na handel. Nie no, musimy wrócić do Bożenki. Jedzonko, leczonko, pieniążki. Typowa babuszka. O, włóczyki. Jeleń. Dobra, co my teraz wołamy? Orzecha. Już nas psa pogoniły.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine. And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
Wykształcony medyk, który w tamtych czasach cię zabije, a nie wyleczy.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord.
No, obawiam się, że zaraz wpakujemy się w kłopoty.
Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sahanash of Lipa!
Mam nadzieję, że nie słyszeliście odświeżacza powietrza.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
Oż ty.
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not. Get your shitty hands off me!
Look, wait. Wait, one moment!
Oż ty. Już cię nie lubię.
What
A więc wojna.
fuck was that?
A więc wojna.
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
Problem za problemem. Ale już nie lubię dziada. Już pan wielmożny i władca mnie podpadł. Już.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Musimy uzyskać
Track
list.
down those bandits and get our letter back. With that, they'd have to let us in.
How do you intend to do that? Ask them nicely. Please, kind bandits, pretty please, can we have our letter back? Or do you want to charge at them in these rags and hope our stink knocks them out, eh?
No, I was
Wyrżniemy ich.
thinking more like we could find a good spot to ambush them, stealthily. We could manage to take them, even just the two of us. Take them down one at a time. One after another.
Right. And with what? Sticks and stones? Henry, use your head. That would be suicide.
Well then, we might as well just head back to Ratai.
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
A laughingstock? We were outnumbered by a gang of bandits.
Yes, and how come they got away with it? Because we camped at that fucking pond. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
Dobra, pochowajmy ich.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Bajena's. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it? What's that woman from the pond? Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
I thought we divided up fairly.
Dobra, trzeba się łączyć.
What do you expect?
What was that?
Gdzie jest tam się mi wywali.
Oh, hi.
Dobra, chowmy się. Przecież my gnojem nie dostaliśmy.
Most of them are dead. Jesus
Dobra.
Christ. Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the
No.
castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right.
Możemy zjeść gulasz nasz? W ogóle co nam dali? Łe, to wygląda jak jakiś pomyje.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we, as it happens.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
Okej, to dziwne.
What are you playing at, woman? We were attacked by bandits. They killed a lot of people and groped you. If it wasn't for me...
Then what? I'm telling you, I wasn't at any pond. Blimey! I've had lots of men try to woo me with tall stories. But this
Okej.
is the most pathetic attempt yet.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
Okej. Dziwne to.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's where I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
Okej.
All right.
Dobra, odwalimy to.
Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right. We'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Jestem ze Skalicy.
Skalitz.
Never heard of it. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life. But I know this place inside and out.
Dobra,
I
coś
heard
o
some talk
weselu.
about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, That's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets itched to a bathhouse wench.
Dobra.
Could
Czy
I
ja
get to
mógłbym
the
wziąć
wedding
udział na to
somehow?
I
wesele?
don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
I kim
Who
jest ten
is
Semin?
this Semin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Semin. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Semin is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Okej. I gdzie
Where's
to
the wedding going
będzie?
to be?
At Semin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Semin is his vassal.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young
Dobra,
Svata
zaraz się
there.
dowiemy. Najpierw
He's the
znieść
bride's brother.
mąkę.
He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Dobra.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Aye, coming right
Ale
up.
woreczki już zaniesiemy w następnym odcineczku. Dzięki wielkie, że graliśmy sobie wspólnie. Z tej strony Młody Werter i do następnego.